Where am I going for dinner? Who is taking me? Nobody, of course, it's fine. Even though I truly believe I am not made for cold weather, I do claim to know how to dress for it. I've had the wonderful opportunity to live abroad, but I have also spent the majority of my life living in one of the coldest capitals on the planet. So today I thought I would walk you through some outfit formulas that are cute and chic, but still look good in the cold weather, using clothes that you probably already have in your closet. I'll be doing this today with the help from my besties over at Cézanne. Merci beaucoup Cézanne pour être la commanditaire de ce vidéo aujourd'hui. Thank you Cézanne for sponsoring today's video. It's always such a cool pleasure to partner with this company. Cézanne is a very cool French brand that turns out some of the sweetest styles. I've had the pleasure of working with Cézanne for almost a year now, and I am always impressed with the quality of construction of their garments and the fact that their designs are really interesting and unique, but also unique enough to stand the test of time. And to me, that is such a great prioritization of longevity, which I value so much in my closet and in my clothes. So I took on some new coats from Cézanne and 2 other pieces. So you'll see these new pieces styled today, as well as some of my older pieces from Cézanne and other pieces from my closet that you have probably seen before from previous collaborations with them. All of my Cézanne pieces that are mentioned in today's video will be linked in the description box below. Grab your tea or your coffee and let's jump on in. Okay, so for this outfit formula, the first one I think is really good for like going out with friends for an easy casual dinner or even like a more casual date night. The formula here is a wide leg. Could be cropped, doesn't have to be cropped. The waistline is entirely up to you. I really love these because the crop and the wide leg is a really interesting silhouette, especially for winter. It allows me to wear boots and not get my hems too dirty. And I love the high waist. For me, it's really good. But to offset or to like add a little bit of that visual tension between something that is wider and bulky on the bottom, I like to keep it nice and fitted on top. And I think this is perfect for when you want to like feel a little bit more feminine and sexy. This doesn't have to be a turtleneck. It could just be a simple slim crew. What I really like about this is just the nice sort of visual tension between the super slim fit on top and the wide on the bottom. So these are a pair of Le Crop jeans from Cézanne. I've had these for quite a while now and I love how much I'm wearing them and how much they serve me so well. They are a 34 and they fit perfectly. I typically wear a 26, sometimes a 25 waist in denim, and I love the way these fit. I think they fit as they should. So this is a look that I would wear, like I said, for like a date night or something, or just dinner out with the girls. I would amp it up a little with like a really big earring, some fun chunky jewelry. So then you've got like a little bit more interesting details, good belt, a little bit of hardware, the big oversized coat. This is the Tom from Cézanne. I just love this coat. When I tried it on, I fell in love with the big collar, but most importantly, these big sort of rounded arms here and the really generous armhole. You would think that this is maybe not so important, but when it comes to winter and layering a bunch of stuff underneath, it's just nice to have this oversized fit. If I were going somewhere like a little shishi, I would go with like a whole sort of monochrome, keep the oatmeal train going, you know. This is also working really nicely with the flat chunky boot. I love how the boot just disappears up the leg of the crop, still feels put together, sophisticated. So if you've got a good flat winter boot, that's why I love the crop denim, because we get to show off a little bit the footwear too. And I actually love how the visual weight of the jacket is really beautifully balanced out by the heft of the sole in this boot too. Depending on how cold it is, you can choose some more hardcore gloves, but I kind of like how I'm in keeping with the browns here. And then we've got the bag. I don't know, this is really good. I've been wearing this outfit combination already over and over again for the season. So this is what I would do here. Actual date night, if it's like a little bit more fancy, if you want to be a little bit more sexy, this is the base that I would start with. Little mini skirt, a nice fitted turtleneck, something that is close to the body, because this is going to be the first layer. It's going to keep you nice and toasty, especially because your legs are a little bit bare. The reason why I love the mini, I mean, that's just me. This one is also from Cézanne. It is the black Harlow skirt. Also got this in a 34 and it was a perfect fit. Cute little set of tights, because I think for date night, it's kind of fun. Like, you know, tights are an incredibly functional thing to have during the winter. Like, they're so fine, but for whatever reason, they really do keep you extra warm. If you're gonna wanna wear tights during the winter, I say, like, why not make them cute and fun? I love these. The reason why I went with the knee-high boot here is because I can wear like a nice thick sock underneath it and no one will know. If you want to give the look a little bit more dimension, I would add a sweater. This one, it's the Leontine from Cézanne. This one was really nice. I love the little details on it. But the reason why I specifically paired it with this is because over the turtleneck, you can kind of undo the buttons a little bit. Still feels a little bit like cute, you know? The coat that I would add here, I think you could do two really great options. To kind of offset or add a little bit of tension, I would go with something oversized over the mini because everything else is so tapered. I love the look of a mini with an oversized kind of coat, even if you can't tell if I'm wearing a mini skirt or not. Maybe that's what I like about it, I don't know. Love this play on proportion, these big hefty proportions, because the sleeves are nice and big, the shoulders are nice and rounded, and the armhole is really big here. Again, I've got a lot of movement. I don't feel constricted in any way at all, even though I'm wearing two layers that are keeping me nice and toasty. Here we go. Do a little brown glove. I think the color here is really cool. I know we're kind of playing with these warmer organic tones, and then we've got like black and white underneath. I've got this vintage bag, and away we go. Okay, this next outfit formula, a nice wide leg or flare leg trouser plus a cotton jumper, and then you can add, if you want, a vest or a blazer and a nice oversized coat. What I was envisioning for this outfit formula was that it's a really good corporate look, no matter what kind of work environment you're in. So it's more about the silhouette of these trousers, but I love that you can get them in a denim if your life is a little bit more on the casual side. The cotton jumper, this is the Leontine. I got it in an extra small. It fits beautifully. It's really comfortable. I love the slouchy silhouette, the detail of the buttons. I think this is just a really great classic piece. And I love the detail on the sleeve that we've got like a little bit of a bishop sleeve. Like, these are great little feminine touches that I think Cézanne does best. They take a timeless piece and then they give it these little extra details that make it feel a little bit more like thoughtful and feminine. And I think that's what also could make a sweater like this and even trousers like this, like with the great buttons on the side here, like this detail. I think that's what makes these pieces really good for these sort of work-life transitions. I've got on a fully waterproof and shearling lined winter boot with a nice heel. I would definitely choose a shoe that can handle the heft and the nice length without getting it dirty in the cold weather. So a heel will be a must. For an added layer, I like how you can do the blazer. The reason why, even though the length of the blazer is a little bit long, why it's not shortening me or why it's working really well with these pants is because this is a really nice slim tailored fit as well. And also because the hem of the pant is super long and I've got a nice high waist. This is where the oversized coat comes in handy, especially in the winter, because you're probably going to wear a couple of layers or you're gonna be wearing like a big chunky sweater. This is the Tom coat from Cézanne. It's got a fantastic wool content and it is fully lined, which is something that I always look for in my winter coats. Because we have a lot of this oatmeal color in a big voluminous silhouette, I'm gonna add a little bit of color with this scarf. Okay, another sort of hybrid outfit combo is a sweater dress with stockings or tights and a boot. Depending on where you're going, if you want to go more elevated and sexy for like a dinner out or something like that, this is the Friha sweater dress from Cézanne. Again, with the Sasha coat. I love when people have to guess if I'm wearing pants or not, but I really love the juxtaposition of the giant volume over a really slim leg. And then we balance it all out with the big chunky boot at the bottom. I think it's just really cool. This is definitely a more trend forward silhouette, but what I love about it is that it feels current and fresh simply because of the way we're playing with proportions and playing with silhouettes in the outfit. You don't necessarily need trendy or new items. What you do need though is a cool oversized silhouette, something a little bit chunkier on the bottom and keeping everything else sort of on the leg sort of slim and tapered. Okay, here we go. I'm pretty sure I've shown you this outfit before, but very easy if we had to switch this up for something more elevated. Change up the accessories. I've got like a cool little delicate earring here, little rings, and of course we've swapped out the footwear, but I do want to show you what a change in proportion in the coat looks like. It's a little bit more elegant when you add the length and a little bit less like playful sexy, and there's nothing wrong. It really depends on what you prefer and whether you want like a more balanced or elegant silhouette and proportion play, because here we've got the heft of the boot that's running up completely underneath the coat. So the look feels a little bit more balanced already. There's less tension. Do you need the jacket to be oversized here? Not necessarily, but again, if you're gonna throw in a scarf, all the accoutrement of winter, it's kind of nice to have that extra space. So I'll go black gloves here, maybe give it a little bit more of that elegance and that gravitas. Vintage bag adds a little bit of texture. And away we go. Okay, I know what you're thinking, that this look is a little bit interesting, but let me explain. I envisioned an outfit combination or formula for the corporate environment. So it's a pair of trousers and a sweater and a pair of boots. However, the boots are really only for your commute, but I wanted to show you what a solid winter boot would look like when you have to just take it in and out of work. I truly believe that even though you're commuting, your outfit should still look okay. So I would actually wear this with a pair of pumps or a more slim boot, and that's something that I would change into once I get inside. The biggest pain point is always, well, what do I wear when I'm on my way into work? I still want to look good and feel good, but I also know I have to like climb through tundra like a condition sometimes. So this is why the Damon trouser from Cézanne, I just think it's a hero piece for winter because it's cropped. So you're off of the snow and slush, and it's got a really great wide opening so you can fit a good winter boot underneath it. Notice I'm wearing this kind of winter boot that kind of walks between solid, good, I can handle like up to -20 for up to 30 minutes kind of thing, and I'm waterproof. I've paired this with just a simple knit. This is the Gaspard cardigan from Cézanne. You could go with any sort of slightly slouchy knit, doesn't have to be a cardigan. If you have a sharper office dress code, then you could definitely do like a sharp button up with a blazer over top. So you could even pair a bulkier sweater because you're getting this big bulky coat. I love that we are working in the monochromes here, like the oatmeal, the creams, the tans. Does your look have to be all cream and tan? If you have children, your answer is probably no. And if you live in a place where there is like a lot of slush, then answer is also probably no. Work with a palette that you already have in your closet. I just want to show you what sort of an unexpected color palette for winter would look like. Where we can add a little bit of taper to sort of balance out the proportion is in a nice sort of thin or more thin glove. We've got like a nice sort of sleek too. What's making this look, I think, successful is the fact that it's just a really elegant color palette. Everything's really cohesive in terms of the color, so it feels a little bit rich and elevated. But also I think just the practicality of the trouser, the lug sole, and the fact that we still have a fairly balanced set of proportions, you know, the oversized coat with like the chunky shoe and a nice sort of fine glove. All of this feels just a little bit more intentional and thoughtful. And
Like, you know, we're working with the elements. It's not the most flattering, quote unquote, but it still just works and feels put together. And let me tell you, it is warm because I am sweating.
So here, just for fun, is the indoor winter outfit combo. So instead of the boots, I've swapped it out for a pump that you could wear to the office. I think this is a really great, elegant look, but what I want to really draw your attention to is also the conundrum of like, is it weird to have a bare foot in the office when it's minus 25 outside? So if you work in an office and you have that kind of conundrum, the answer is a nude fishnet or a nude with little polka dots. A little bit of a mesh pattern or detail is still tasteful because you're only seeing like a little bit, even when you're crossing your legs. If this was a different color combination, I would also suggest getting like a really small black fishnet or a little black sheer with polka dots. Very subtle. Maybe the polka dots are too playful. That'll depend on your workplace and your corporate culture. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much again, Cézanne, for sponsoring today's video. All of the pieces that I mentioned today from them are in the description box, so do check that out if you want to add some pieces to your closet where you find there are gaps, or if you're looking for some like really solid winter items. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or if you learned something new, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much again for watching, for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your week, night, wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao!